Can I say that the work that you are doing here today is valuable for lawmakers such as myself. In this place, there's a lot of issues that swirl around. In fact, sometimes we become obsessed by them, and there was one little issue that we became obsessed with yesterday that took us 6 hours to deliberate on. Something that many people here might also have concerns about, and that being same-sex marriage. And no doubt a lot of people have read the press today and read that it was chaotic and ramshackle and all the rest of the words that people said. Well, actually, from someone who was there, can I say that last night's meeting was respectful, it was polite. Every single member got to air their views who wanted to air their views on the topic. And where we landed on that issue, I think that most Australians would say is the right way forward. The issue of same-sex marriage, as the ad that never went to air on Channel 7 and Channel 10 says, is more than you think. And the impact on children is one that I am very concerned about. When this topic is talked about, it's often talked about in the with the point of view of the rights of adults. But no one ever stops to think about the rights of children and the fundamental right of a child to have a relationship with both a mother and a father. And that came out in some of the debate last night, and where we ended up on that debate is that we are, as a Liberal National Coalition government, sticking to our policy to support traditional marriage. We are sticking to our policy that there will be no conscience vote or free vote. Sorry, I should clarify that. As a member of the Liberal National Party, we have a conscience vote on every vote that we take. We get the right to cross the floor against party policy if we want. But there will be no free vote, because a free vote means that we just simply don't have a policy. But the Prime Minister did indicate the way to resolve this issue would be to take it to the people. And I think that's only fair. There's some danger in that for people on either side of the debate, but there's also a lot of healthiness in that. The only way I will support a change to marriage is if it's decided by the Australian people. If that's what the Australian people decide, then so be it. But that debate, before we get to that point, will need to be carried out in a way that people who want to air views about the rights of children in terms of same-sex marriage can do so without being labelled homophobic and bigots and intolerant and all the rest of it. And so hopefully that will be forthcoming. But there's more issues than just that when we talk about the rights of children. I have recently brought down, and I note Barry Williams is here, who I did a lot of work with on this, the child support reform report titled From Conflict to Cooperation. And ultimately the aim of that report, and some people said, oh, it missed the mark, but I'd just tell you to look at it very closely and see some of the recommendations that we have put in there, which are quite bold in what it aims to do. But with that report, the ultimate goal is to get rid of conflict in the current system, this sort of view of custody versus cash almost that we have at the moment. Get rid of that and have this mediated system where people aren't arguing over those things, that what everyone's focused on is the welfare of the child. And I think if we can remove the conflict from the whole scenario, and you're never ever going to fully do that, but as much as we can, that will be, as they say, in the best interest of the child. But there's many, many more issues other than that one as well. One of the fundamental ones, which I know is going to be touched upon today, is the topic of parental alienation. Many people who have been estranged for whatever reason from one of their parents have almost lifelong suffering because of that after the fact. And I think that there's one thing that we need to recognise in this place is that parental alienation, forced parental alienation by one of the other by the other parent, is a form of child abuse, and I'm quite willing to say that, and I think that eventually Senator John Madigan and I are working on getting a parliamentary motion up which effectively says that. Hopefully this place will accept that and speak in favour of it. But the work that you're doing today, as I said, is very valuable. It touches not only on those issues but many, many more. And it's all, as the name says, us being here as a voice for kids, a voice for the children of Australia who are often unheard in this place. And I do thank you for coming here and taking time to actually be the voice for kids. Can I just thank briefly, Warwick, a couple of my staff members, Dennis O'Reilly sitting over there in the blue sweater there. You've done a lot of work with Warwick and pulling this together, and also Linus Bonanno, who's not here but was here earlier, helping people in. They've been helping Warwick tremendously on this effort, and we're very pleased to do so. So thank you very much and enjoy today's summit.